So according to AARP, 63 million Americans are balancing the role of caregiver. That's a lot of us. And 1 in 3 of them are part of the so-called sandwich generation. That means raising kids under the age of 18 while caring for an adult loved one. Candace Dellacona is host of the podcast, The Sandwich Generation Survival Guide. She's also an estates and trust lawyer and also a very smart human being. You have a lot on your resume. But I want people to hear about your background, Candace, because you're a former caregiver, you're a real estate planning lawyer, you're a member of the sandwich generation, and yet with all of those qualifications, even you felt what while you were taking this on?
Totally overwhelmed and totally ill-equipped to handle all of the responsibilities that were coming my way. And so it was really difficult. I had a ton of resources. As you point out, I'm an estate planning lawyer.
Yes.
And I do this for a living, and I found myself on the other side, and I was really looking for a way to share those resources with other people to make it maybe a little bit easier.
What's the biggest mistake we make?
I think the biggest mistake we make is taking on too much, not asking for help, and not having good boundaries. I think that's one of the things that I try to impart to our listeners, to my clients, and to anyone who will listen, that this is a community issue, and we have to rely on members of our community and share our resources.
But there are resources, though, out there,
There are. In fact, there's one that I think really has flown under the radar called the GUIDE program, which is administered through the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. And it is an excellent resource for caregivers and those who have dementia and Alzheimer's.
But what's great about it? I mean, you mentioned it, but what's great about it?
Number one, it's free, Gayle.
Oh,
there you go.
So that is something that's great.
Because it can be expensive, right?
That's right.
People don't understand.
That's correct. Resources can be expensive. So any place that you can find to receive resources at a low cost or no cost in this case, take advantage. And I think it's really important. And what it is, Gayle, is a care navigator gets assigned to you as the dementia or Alzheimer's patient and your caregiver. And the care navigator sets up a plan of care for you and makes sure that you have access to vital resources that you need. And it's a 24/7 hotline to ask questions, to find resources that are in your own community if you have dementia or Alzheimer's.
It's really great to have this conversation right now as families gather for the holidays, because there's going to be a moment when several members of that sandwich generation around the same age are sitting there, maybe there's a bottle of wine on the table, and you're talking about how you're going to deal with everybody else.
Uncle Bob.
What are the important things that should be discussed when you have everyone under one roof together?
I think one of the things that's important to think about is these conversations are difficult to have. It is facing someone's mortality, perhaps a diagnosis that's really difficult. So starting that conversation from a place of love and a place of care, I think, is step number one. I'd probably leave the alcohol at home and not have the conversation over a bottle of wine, but certainly having everyone together and having transparency among all of the family members and the people who will help with the care.
And documentation. You were talking about documentation. I got no documentation.
Documentation is so important, and we've talked about this, having those powers of attorney and those healthcare directives to make sure that the person that you want to speak for you has the legal authority to do so.
Yes, delegate responsibility, take advantage of free programs, documentation. We are listening and taking notes. Candace, thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you so much for having me.